stroke. That's what it says on the top for the banner.
My cock is.
Sponsored by LifeScript.
Yeah. My cock is ready for a stroke.
Not it.
This is an audio podcast, Sam. That would be very, boring for the listeners.
I'm pretty sure you'd give them play-by-play. Yeah. That's the stuff right there, guy.
Little to the left, little to the left. I don't know what that means. Stroke it more towards your left.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to feel my stem bend.
My stem bend. Oh, leave right now, Carl. Get up and walk away. Don't even turn the device off. Just leave.
Yep.
Oh, God, that's a way to fucking start a podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
Although, that was the conversation that, well, not that, but...
Yeah, I was going to say.
It was kind of like...
Had this conversation before?
Well, it's kind of like the conversation that me and Gumby had on the way home from work was, we were talking about which would be worse. Finding out that your daughter's a porn star or that your mom was a porn star. Ooh. And I had to say daughter just for the simple fact that everybody knows their mom had sex before. But you never want to think about your daughter having sex.
This is true.
Not only that, but, I mean, come on. Come on, it's your mom. You're not going to be watching that kind of a porn.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're into that kind of stuff, and if you are, God bless your heart, but I just don't see it for myself. Yeah. But I could see, like, a 50-year-old guy or something like that. Well, maybe a little older. Like a 60-year-old guy just being like, all right, the wife's gone. Let's check this out. Ooh. Lisa, no!
Yeah, and especially if she's one of those creepy taboo porns where it's like, oh, hi, daddy.
But what's creepier is you watching the creepy taboo porn or your daughter being in the creepy taboo porn?
You're both wrong at that point. That's like seeing your priest.
That's a don't ask, don't tell right there. Like you can't look her in the eye and she's like, "What's wrong, Dad?" I can't tell you
exactly because that's like seeing your priest at the porn store.
Yeah, exactly.
You both are just
you both know what's going on, but neither one of you want to discuss.
Yeah, you can't chastise me on Sunday because I'll be like, "How the fuck did you know I was there, dude?" Yeah,
I was doing missionary work.
I saw you.
I bet you were.
Yeah. I saw you next to the big black fist dildo.
Oh, double-sided, huh? You got something you want to say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had that conversation on the way home of which would be worse. And we just kept going back and forth on that kind of stuff. So it's been a rather weird sexual conversation night for me.
Yeah, so, let's keep going with those questions. What do you think would be worse, having a gay son who was a slut or a straight daughter who was a slut?
I'm going to go with... Which are you saying which was worse?
Which would you be more like, oh, fuck?
Daughter.
Yeah,
all the time.
Is it sexist?
All the time.
Is that just the sexist point of view that the world has where it's easier for a man to be a whore than a woman, or just...
Well, to me it comes back to the factor of it's a lot less likely that a man is going to be taken advantage of in a situation, whereas a woman is going to be taken advantage of in situations. I mean, come on. You're a guy, I'm a guy. We were single for quite some time. There's quite a few things that go through a guy's mind when you hear, oh yeah, she's a slut, she'll fuck anybody. And very, very, very few times is, well, now I don't want to fuck her.
Yeah,
usually it's, wow, I can probably fuck her then.
Exactly. And yeah, that is true. Just that would be scary about having it be the daughter because of that situation. Because there's many situations that girls have been in around me that was very vulnerable, and if I was a completely different person, it could have been very bad for them.
Oh, yeah. I've had that happen before, too, and as much as you kick yourself in the ass, like, after it happens, you have to do the whole thing of, this shouldn't happen.
No.
If this is really meant to be, I'm going to say we'll do it next time we get together and see each other, but this can't happen right now. Whereas, saying that at the time, of course, you're going to go home and you're going to be like, fucking stupid. Why the fuck did I do that? But
then you just rub one out and you're like, oh, okay.
10 minutes after saying that, you're going, no, I still can't. If I was put back in the situation, I'd still do it over again the way that it was. The morality comes out to play. But if it's a guy, it's a lot less likely to happen in that aspect, because everybody knows that every guy is a whore, just if you can be or not.
That is true.
I mean, every single guy wants to get laid as much as you possibly can.
Like that old saying, a guy's only as faithful as his options.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying, I would rather have a son be a slut, because...
I said gay son.
I don't fucking care. Gay, straight, it
but
doesn't
how
make
if he's
a difference.
how if he's a little twink and could get just as abused as your daughter?
Because he still can't get that abused. It just can't happen.
He's a goddamn Reckner, and he has a cock.
Yeah.
He can't get that abused.
That's what I'm
well,
saying.
shit, even your sister's a badass, and she doesn't have a cock that I know of.
That's kind of what I mean there.
Yeah.
It's really hard for... I mean, if it was going to be my son, it's going to be a different story. First of all...
He'd be a butch gay.
If I had a gay son, he'd be what they call a bear.
A power top.
Exactly. So, I wouldn't worry about that one at all. If I had a daughter, she'd probably be a badass too. But it's still a lot easier to take advantage of a woman than it is a man. And that's just the world. Don't get mad at me.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm not a sexist. I'm not a chauvinist. That's the fucking world. Because women take advantage of women, and men take advantage of women.
Yeah.
Men try to take advantage of other men and get punched in the face. So there's a completely different psyche when a guy is approaching another guy to try to fuck him over.
Yeah.
You do it on the down low when you're fucking another guy over. A guy going up to a woman, he's going to come right out and say it.
Yeah.
And then still try to weasel his way in. I mean, you knew those guys. I knew those guys at parties that got shot down like 50 times during the party.
Yep.
But after the keg started running dry, he went home with somebody. You know what I mean? You know exactly who I'm talking about. You pictured it in your head right when I said that.
Yeah.
Every single person knows that guy.
And there's always going to be some stupid girl that's going to
just like fishing. Throw out enough lines, something bites.
Exactly. See, that was always my issue. Like back then, is I was too chicken shit to throw out that many lines. Be it fear.
I wasn't too chicken shit. I was too smart to throw out that many lines. Because the way I looked at it is, if they're gonna go for stuff like that, I don't want them in the first place, because they've probably been had by every other guy here, and I don't want to be everybody's Eskimo brother.
Especially with the crew that partied in our high school. They were a bunch of mouth breathers. Holy
they were.
Fuck.
Just put it to you this way, for anybody who's not understanding that statement that he made, we actually had a guy in our class who fucked a deer after he shot it. You remember that shit?
Yeah,
the worst part
had
is
a really
he told people about it.
He told his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she was a little smoke show, as they say.
Yeah, and she stayed with him.
Yeah, that's the most fucked up part.
So it's not just the guys that were fucked up. Yeah,
it was the because we went to Sauk Rapids, Rice, and Sauk Rapids suburb, Rice rural, and it was always those fucking Rice kids that fucked everything up.
I will give you that, because it was one of the weird things where it was like Sauk Rapids kids were adjusted city folk.
Yeah.
Rice were the country hick motherfuckers. 90% of them were farmers.
Yeah.
And 100% of them just didn't really have any kind of town. Which is weird, because they're only 10 minutes out.
Yeah, but it's completely different.
They didn't have any, like, town, quote-unquote, experience. Like, we're going into the big city. Like, oh, yeah, ooh, 100,000 people, ooh, huge!
And they were, like, 100% racist. That's why we couldn't keep a black kid at our school.
Yeah.
For more than a month.
What was it? That one fucking family came in, they had 2 sons and a daughter.
Yeah.
And the first thing, I was in their fucking homeroom. Somebody went into the homeroom before the homeroom started and wrote KKK rules on the board. You remember that shit? And we had to have that sensitivity meeting for...
And it was those fucking Rice kids.
Yeah. Well, you know it was. Nobody else would have fucking did that.
Because people at Sauk Rapids, they didn't give a fuck. It was just bad. But the only thing...
In fact, the Sauk Rapids kids were looking at it going, oh, sweet, I can finally be cool and have a black friend.
And that's exactly what happened. I remember it was 8th grade. You weren't in the school system then, but this is at...
I wasn't in the school system. No. I was just sprouting out the dirt.
You weren't in the independent school district.
No, I was not.
See, so you weren't in the school. You weren't in the system.
I was being private learned.
You were still free on the outside. You hadn't been indoctrinated by the system.
Oh shit, man! Parochial school was even worse than the goddamn public school because the teachers actually knew everybody by name.
Yep. So you were in maximum security.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't have to read the Bible where you went to school.
But I remember this. A student transferred to our school, a black student, had cornrows, wore the Dickies, like the big Dickies, like fucking mid-90s.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
100%.
Giant toe.
Yeah, big old Timberland boots.
Yep.
All that shit. He came, actually started a fucking gang with all the little white kids in our class.
Wow.
Like it split into 2 gangs eventually. It was the Converses, because they were all the kids that wore Converse. They became their own little gang versus the Spades. Because they had, like, the Spades. I'm not even fucking kidding you right now. I cannot believe I just remembered this. Like
I can't believe we've been friends for as long as we have. I haven't heard this fucking story.
And you graduated with all these fuckers.
I know.
This was the year before you came.
How did I not know any of it? Like, nobody ever told me that there was little gangs in there.
I just, like, remembered it as soon as we were talking about it.
Oh my god.
But all, like, the Spades would wear Ace of Spade cards in their hats on, like, the side of them. That's how they would Did
they start fights by going...
We call you out, Jets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but it was so fucked up. It was the weirdest thing. It was because in 8th grade you hear about that experiment, that social experiment that they did in the school with the armbands and all the kids.
Yeah,
like how it shows how Nazism can come to fruition. And I was sitting there watching it, like live, like real time of, and not to be racist, but just one student. Wouldn't matter if he's black or white. It just happens that he was black and he happened to be glamorized the gang lifestyle because he probably came from Chicago. I don't fucking know. I didn't associate with him because... Oh,
you were big time Spade.
No. I almost got beat into the Bloods when I was
You had an ace on both sides you had.
Yeah. No, I was... Dude, I started my own. Which was hilarious, because they were all being retarded, and so everybody's like, which side you do on? I go, I'm by myself, I'm the deuce, niggas.
The deuce.
Fuck you. You guys are the Spades and the Converse, I'm the deuce.
I'm the bee's knees.
The deuce is all the people around that think you're fucking retarded. That's who the fuck we be.
I can't believe it. I remember at one point, that was down in Spring Valley, Minnesota, because that's where my dad was from. And his best friend still lived there. He took over the family farm. So he was still there. And he had 3 daughters, which was kind of crazy because they were the same age as me and my 2 siblings.
Well, that's nuts.
And when we were there the one time, because we used to stop there before we went over to my grandma's place, probably so my dad and my mom could smoke a little before they had to go there. But we'd stop there.
Get their mind right.
Yeah, before we'd go to my grandma's place. And then afterwards, we'd always stop before we left. And most of the time, we'd go out there for a full day, too. When we were visiting my grandma, we'd just go out there one of the times, and my dad would drop us off, and we'd fuck around on the farm while he was doing stuff with my grandma. And
getting high.
Yeah, not with my grandma. But so we were out there and we kept saying, God, I can't believe you guys don't have a basketball hoop out here or anything like that. And well, we don't have time for that. And I'm like, well, that's why you're stupid and we should be in town. I just, at that point, I had no patience for farmers at all, because seriously, all you do is sit on a fucking tractor all day? What the hell, man? I still don't understand. Thank everybody who wants to be a farmer, because I sure as hell don't. I don't understand any profession or any job or any owning business where you buy everything retail and sell everything wholesale.
Yeah.
To me, that blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, my stepsister is, like, seriously involved with a dude who's going to be taking over his parents' family farm in Rice. And I'm just like...
Get ready, especially if it's a dairy farm, get ready to never leave, ever.
He refuses to do the dairy part of it.
No, I would
Ever
too.
since he was a kid, he's
I
like...
would too. I would hate it.
He wants nothing to do with the dairy, so I think he's just going to source that out, whoever does it. I'm assuming they have somebody doing it already, since he doesn't do it, and he never has, because he refuses. Like, how the fuck do you get to refuse to not do something on a farm? You must have dug your heels in deep. Where your parents just gave up? Because you're just squandering labor for one of the most shitty jobs on the fucking farm.
Yep.
Your dad's not just gonna be like, oh yeah, that's why I had kids, so I could keep going out and milking the fucking cows.
We're digressing off topic,
Sorry.
and I'm not going to remember this unless I go with it. But, so when we were pissed off that they don't have a basketball hoop up, we were just like, all right, where the fuck is the closest basketball hoop? And they kept saying, well, that's in town at the school. Like, fuck. Well, I guess we gotta wait until we go to Grandma's place, and then we can fucking walk down there.
And we can hoop it up?
Yeah, then we can go play some basketball. Then we hear from the two youngest ones, because my brother and I were the same age as them, so we'd always pair off, basically, when we played games and shit like that. And they were telling us, oh, you don't want to go to that place right now, though. I'm like, why the fuck would we not want to go there? Well, there's a gang, and they usually hang out around the playground. And we were like, what the fuck? A gang hangs around a playground?
In Spring Valley?
Yeah. And then they told us they're called the Bulls.
Ooh, the Chicago Bulls?
Well, they didn't call themselves the Chicago Bulls, but they wore the apparel. Which was kind of funny, because I always had the Jordan shit back then.
Yeah. I loved the Bulls back then.
Yeah, so it was hilarious, because we were like, you fucking got a gang here? She's like, yeah, they'll squirt you with squirt guns. And we both laughed our asses off.
You mean you got kids hanging out at a park?
Yeah. And we both laughed our asses off about it. They were like, well, what's going on? It was like, we both carry knives because of where we live, and you fucking think we're scared of a squirt gun?
I'm dodging real bullets, bitch.
No. St. Cloud area wasn't dodging bullets back then, but you could get yourself into a slashing fight if you needed one.
That's true.
Yeah. Remember when we got that fucking giant screwdriver pulled on us in Glenwood?
Even another bumfuck town in Minnesota.
Dude pulled that like 6-inch screwdriver on us, and we both were like, I got a knife.
Do they sell them pointy like that, or did he sand them down?
He actually sharpened
took the time to make a giant poker out of it. It wasn't really like a knife.
Nope.
It was a giant poker.
No, it was
he fucking roasted
it was like
Marsh.
a big ass ice pick.
Yeah, he roasted marbles.
But it had the Stanley handle on it. God damn. No, that was hilarious.
Well, what do you expect when you come rolling in and you steal the local girls? The local dudes are gonna give you fucking static.
But that was the funniest part about it, is when he pulled that thing on us and we both had knives on us, and we were like, I've got one of those. Oh, he's got one of those too. You want to dance? And he was just, why do you guys have knives? Why do you have a 6-inch fucking screwdriver?
Because for some reason, idiots pull other weapons on us. We've learned after the first couple times, maybe we should bring our own pointy stick.
Yeah, it just stands to reason that
after people keep brandishing them at you, eventually you should probably get your own. Because for some reason, whatever you're doing, the universe is telling you, hey, quit fucking doing that. You're going to get stabbed. Why are you fucking around with that shit?
Yeah, either carry something pointy or you expect to get entered the bad way.
There's only a few times in life where I've ever been in situations where it's just like, why did I get myself into this for being a fucking idiot?
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, it was my one buddy, Anthony. Oh my god damn, he got me into so much. Well, we got ourselves into so much shit. But he's just one of those enablers. Where I'm just like, this ain't good. He's like, come on, let's just do it. Alright, fuck it. He's the one I smoked weed with for the first time. We stole it from some dude's, farm that lived by him. It was just,
What, he grew it there?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
He grew it. And then we like smoked it, and I got high for the first time, and it was fucking weird because we rolled it up in like notepad paper because we didn't have like
Ew.
rolling papers.
That's gross.
It was fucking disgusting. Listening to Cypress Hill, hits from the bone. From the bone.
While you're smoking paper.
Yeah, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Well, the best part about that is you probably wasted a lot of it because it didn't even get to burn.
Yeah, exactly. And then his dad owned the antique shop that was on, Clear Lake, Highway 10 that was there. His dad owned that with his gay lover. So we would go to swap meets in like the cities and shit like that every weekend, and just hang out there. And so I ended up, Anthony ends up buying brass knuckles, and I end up buying like a throwing knife.
Nice.
How the fuck old were we? This was shit. I was 7th grade, if that, like 5th, 6th grade. This was, and we found this other kid, and for some reason Anthony just had a hard on for him, like wanted to fuck with him. So then we just sit there and start harassing him, brandishing these knives and brass knuckles at this poor little fucking kid. This poor kid. He's like our age, but he's just by himself with his fucking parents, same as Anthony was, but two savages brandishing fucking knives and brass knuckles. All of a sudden, the fucking place goes on lockdown.
I bet.
They were leaving, like, pack up all the shit, and there's security checking every car for kids of our description. And then they have a huge conversion van, so we, stuffed in the way back underneath the seat. And we're sitting there listening to his dad talk to the security guard, like, who have you seen these kids? Oh, no, that's just us in here. Blah, blah, so on and so forth.
Oh, man, so he was lying.
Yeah, oh, shit, dude. And then we get back, and of course, he fucking tells the parents.
Nice.
Oh, and my dad just came on fucking glued on me.
Oh, I bet your dad, he was this close to beating the shit out of you.
The best part is to, hit it in my bedroom, and he's like, where is it? Give it to me. I want it. I'm like, I threw it in the woods so I didn't get in trouble with it. He's like, where'd you throw it? I'm like, over here. And so then we were walking through the woods. He made me walk through the woods and look for it. As I'm like, God damn it, it's not here. Just fucking been going through all these prickly bushes. I'm like, fuck. So I just maintained it that I don't know where it went. All this shit. It was so funny.
Well, after your dad knew that you still had it, and after a while he was just like, fuck it, this shit's funny.
He's like, what the fuck? There's no point.
Yep.
Oh, but he was pissed. And I don't know why the fuck we did that. That was so stupid. So fucking dumb.
I remember going to the fair and buying butterfly knives when we were young. Fucking flipping around. The best part about it was the knives themselves were so shoddily made that they broke after a little while. And I seriously can't believe that they'd sell those to a kid. Not because it's a knife, but because it's a knife that you flip around.
Yeah.
And it's so poorly made that the handles break on them sometimes.
Or the pin that holds the knife to the handles, the fucking knife goes shooting across the
No,
fucking
I'm saying
room.
that's what happened to me once. I was flipping around, and it actually, the one handle that I was holding broke, and the fucking thing flipped up and hit me in the head.
Oh, shit.
But it was the other handle that hit me in the head. It wasn't the actual blade. But I was looking at that going, are you fucking kidding me? If that was the blade, I could have potentially killed myself. Like, it could have fucking hit me in the temple or in the ear. Or,
Yeah. Luckily, they sell those things duller than a butter knife, but...
Huh? I sharpened mine, of course.
Yeah,
but,
why wouldn't you, you savage?
Wow, I was going to slit some throats with it.
Yeah.
Ninja style. But after practicing, I must have beat the shit out of my weapon enough.
That was, and they were so shitty, so it was almost like a once-a-year thing. You'd always go to the fair, get your fucking switchblade or butterfly knife.
No, they had the gravity blades, because you couldn't get a switchblade in the States. They were illegal.
What's a gravity blade? How does that work in comparison?
Basically, you hold it upside down, hit a button, and the blade falls out, and then you hold it up right and hit the button, and it goes back in. It has no pin, or it has no spring or anything like that. It just literally works on gravity. So you have to have it down to open it, have to have it up to close it.
Weird.
Yeah, they're a little crazy, but
You don't like them? You wouldn't cut a motherfucker with it?
I'd be afraid of cutting myself with one of those.
Like, this is a terrible piece of weaponry.
Yes. Yes, I would say that. We got way off topic.
What was the topic?
Oh, we were no. I think we finished it because I was talking about how they had that gang the bulls in there. But
oh yeah,
yeah,
we came full
they
circle.
shoot you with squirt guns, man. And watch the fuck out. Watch out.
The fuck out. Did you take coming here? Did you go over the bridge by the paper mill?
Yeah.
Have you looked at it lately?
Yeah.
Isn't that fucked up with no smokestack?
Yeah.
There's only like this little chunk still left.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the day that big smokestack went down, I took it oddly harder than I thought I would. Like, when I saw the video, I was like, oh, that sucks. And then, like, I could tell, like, I was seriously kind of, like, depressed about it.
You're fucking weird.
Well, it was a beacon for me, because I lived just down the road from it. So, wherever I was, that was just kind of like a little flag up in the air, like, oh, there's home. You live just right there. So, like, buzzing down Highway 10.
You are fucking weird.
From a trip, I'd see the fucking smokestack in the distance. I'm like, oh, there's home. Safety. Sustenance. Love.
Just an idea. Find another landmark.
But there's nothing else. That
Not rushing you. Not rushing.
But there's nothing else that you can see for miles around here.
God.
I don't know. It was weird. I was like, it made me sad to see the video of it come down. It was depressing.
Where'd you see the video?
Oh, the StCloudTimes.com. Andrew showed her. There was like on their Facebook feed or something. Because like a month or two before that, they took down the old one, the stone one. And I was like, meh, whatever.
Meh.
That's the past. Fuck the past. As I'm crying about the past.
Exactly. Fuck the past. But I really wish I was there.
Yeah, God, yeah, man. You son of a bitch.
Oh, that's grand.
Like a piano.
Yeah, it's odd where you get those weird little sentiments of emotion.
Yeah, out of fucking nowheres.
Well, the whole thing, I'll just give you this as an example. So the other day I was talking about Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
And...
Is he still alive?
No. He died back in 2010. But the thing is when I said to Gumby, no, he died in 2010, Gumby goes, oh yeah, how'd he go? I was like, oh, fuck, I don't remember.
Fucking old. Right?
Yeah, he was born in 26.
Yeah, so he just went because he was old.
But, so I couldn't remember why he died, or how he died. I was pretty sure there was no belt involved, but...
Too soon.
Yeah, fuck that. Carradine gets what he gets.
No, I was talking about Robin Williams.
Oh.
Didn't he hang himself with a belt?
Yeah, but he wasn't autoerotic asphyxiation. He was just ending it all.
Ooh, no.
There's a difference. He got caught.
Maybe they saved him the dignity of that.
He got caught with suicide. Other dude got caught because he was chasing the dragon and he almost caught it. But, alright. He died from pneumonia. And as soon as I read that, it struck something with me. I was just like, oh. And then I realized it's because, basically that's what's on my dad's death certificate because of the fact that,
Yeah.
But it was just one of those things for a while there. I was just, well, that really sucks. And now I wish Leslie Nielsen was still alive because I'd love to see another movie with. And
I gotta watch it.
I got on that little depression kick of, well, maybe the world's not worth it without Leslie Nielsen.
That'd be great. Just all of a sudden you kill yourself.
Yeah, leave a note like, Leslie, why? And Leah'd be like, oh, he's cheating on me.
And then they'd look at your Google search history. Like, no, he looked up Leslie Nielsen right before he killed himself.
Oddly, he was only looking at those websites as long as he usually looked at the porn sites. He's a fast reader.
Yeah, he's a fast reader. God do it.
Well, what does that say about the porn? Draw your own conclusion.
Yep, it's good.
Yep.
It's fucking good.
He knew what sites he liked.
We didn't give him any breaks at work.
I'm just saying.
He had to snap
when
one
it's
off.
masturbation, I look at it as a win-win if I can go in 30 seconds. I'm just like, whoa, that was awesome, and I can still make that movie.
Yeah, I'm not a woman. I'm not gonna fucking make a night of it.
Yeah, I'm not lighting any candles. I'm not taking a hot bath to get myself warm. You know what it takes to get me warmed up? Is a good shit. I'll throw one down the toilet and be like, oh, well, I'm already seating. Just throw one in there with it. Easy cleanup. Oh, taking it too far?
No, not at all. This is fucking sage-like advice from Sam.
Well, I'm just saying. The shower's another really good place, because, wow, there's nothing left to do.
You know, I'd never jerked off in the shower.
You gotta keep your bearings.
Yeah,
I don't want to be slipping.
I don't know, it's just... I'd have to get an oil-based lubricant. I was kidding.
Just seems like the one time I did try it, it really stung when my soap got in a little.
Right in the tip. Ay,
Yep.
ay, ay.
Yeah, you only try that once. What? I thought if I bore a hole through the soap. No. I figured for a couple of washes anyway.
Oh my god.
Just we need more soap while you're going through that a lot. He used to be such a dirty little fucker.
Now we can't get you out of the fucking shower. All I can picture is like a bar of soap with a hole directly through it, just like you're spinning it around in your cock.
Well, you gotta get like 4 or 5 bars.
Like it goes like a bunch of butterfly fucking nuts. Or wing nuts, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know anything about construction. Wing nuts, right?
Yes.
Nailed it!
Oh, it's my own propeller game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's
Dear Diary.
that was pretty informative there.
I like it.
Maybe we'll have to start that as a new segment. This week's masturbation tip.
What will you fuck?
What wouldn't you fuck? That's a shorter list.
But we want the game to go on.
That's a shorter list.
Alright, first round, what would you fuck?
I threw it in there.
Would you
I
fuck?
didn't even give you who it was yet. I still don't care.
Would you fuck a hollowed out potato?
How warm was said potato?
As warm as you wanted it to be. You have a microwave.
Yeah, that could be a bad thing though, because
Hot!
the center might be a little bit different than the outside. Everybody knows that after taking into some mashed potatoes, that center stays warm.
That's why you gotta give it the little 2-finger feel.
2-finger inspection. I don't have much feeling in my hands, man.
Yeah, how much you gonna let me got?
Put it up on my lip.
Yep. Preferably after.
This potato kind of smells.
So yes, you would fuck a potato? If it was the right temperature?
Might as well. I'm just saying.
How about the crack in your couch cushions?
Crack in the couch cushion. I'm gonna say no on that one.
Just because it'd be too rough?
I have soft leather couch. You gotta remember this. I
It's
just
supple.
I'm just saying. I really don't think that would be appropriate. My couch, and I have. We have an understanding. It supports my fat ass when I sit there and watch TV.
I already shoved my ass in its face.
That's
all
what I'm
day.
saying.
Last thing I need to do it is fuck it.
You know, things can get weird so quick.
Would you fuck a pile of compost? Is he chugging a beer trying to think of this?
No,
Not at all.
not even close. That wasn't a fast answer for me, but it was a really fast answer.
Yeah,
for
you were
me.
that's why you didn't have to pull the beer down.
No.
Like, say now. It's
No, I mean, that was a dramatic pause.
about a watermelon.
A watermelon?
I've heard people
I
do
really
fuck
don't think
watermelons.
that would be very good, because once you put your dick in it, it would just be like mush.
Yeah, but isn't that what a pussy's like?
Yeah, but you get some resistance from it.
Just squishing the watermelon together.
Okay, that made it.
He's like, now I'm fucking a
That
watermelon.
was Mickey Mouse fucking a watermelon, ladies and gentlemen. That was the one finger in mini laugh right there. Oh, we're gonna get sued by Disney
Yeah,
now.
exactly, son of a bitch.
They're the one fucking person listening to this goddamn thing, so they can find out if they can sue us.
Exactly.
Oh, I can see that. I really could see that. That is, oh, that's great. You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that horse is pretty much dead right there.
Alright, what should we talk about?
Did you hear about that fucking sick-ass teacher that got nailed in L.A. after 30 years of jizzing on food and feeding it to fucking school children?
Yeah, that's just...
Dude, well, I suppose he got nailed back in 2012, but they finally settled the school board for $139 million. I mean, how many, like, what does it say in here? Like, how many students would that be? Because let's divide that up.
I think there was over 30 students.
23 counts.
23.
Apparently. Well, you gave him 23 counts of lewd behavior.
Oh.
And then 65 other cases. So, holy shit.
So there's over 8, there's like 90.
Yeah. So right there, what does that say? You took like fucking some old man teacher jizz for, what, a couple mil? Given that choice, I would have said 5 and I'd have done it willingly.
I've had some really bad shit that I didn't know. Like the first time I had a Rocky Mountain oyster, I didn't know what the hell it was. I didn't know I was eating a bull's ball.
Yeah, but that ain't jizz.
No, but I didn't like the texture of it. But I could see if you liked it.
Like if you like the taste of jizz.
Well, I'm just saying, like he feeds you jizz on a cracker, and you're like, you know what? I don't like saltines normally,
But that weird special sauce you put on there this week.
but that stuff does it for me.
It's got a tang.
You know, if you did something like that, and then all of a sudden that's what you realized it was, you'd be like, oh, now it's horrifying. Because I liked that too.
Like, son of a bitch.
Yep.
What does that say about me?
You would be haunted for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah.
So yeah, you deserve a little bit more.
Did I say, like, I myself, if I was one of the victims, would say I deserve $139 million by myself. Because that shit's sick. Because now I'm questioning everything about me, just like you said. And that's worth $139 million.
I don't think I'd really question anything about me. I just hate the person that did it. Because I don't think, like, just because I ate some jizz cracker back, when I was in school, I don't think that would change my view of the world as I know it.
Well, I suppose a lot of boarding school kids know that taste of jizz on a cracker.
Well, that's right. Oh, that's kind of creepy. I
That's
forgot all about that.
Those are your leaders, boys and girls.
Well,
Those are the people running the corporations and the banks and the government. The elite white rich kids jerking off on a cracker and then eating it
Those are your leaders, people. Choose wisely.
You're always the loser. I don't know. I'm just bad at this.
Why do you have such luscious hair? That extra protein.
It's the shine. Just let your soul glow.
While I let my load blow.
I had to throw the movie reference in there.
That was great.
And that shows my age, but oh, if you're not familiar with Eddie Murphy's work, you would not get that reference.
Much respect, sir. Much respect.
Oh, that's great. That's all I could think of the second you said that was nice hair. And it's so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. So glow. That's all the whole commercial ran through my head. And then I gotta say it to you. But I had to wait for the whole thing to roll through my head. I kept time with it and everything.
Like, I gotta wait, and then as soon as it was time that I wanted to say, I could say it.
Oh, and that's why comedy is timing, people.
100%.
Oh, I needed to prepare for that. Oh, that was great. I needed that.
Great.
Yeah, I don't know where we're going to go with Jizz on a Cracker, though. That's kind of a dead end for that one.
Hey, I don't know.
I got to ask you this one.
What?
So you know how companies like Walmart and, big corporation company type deals.
Yeah.
How they
Multinational corporations.
how they do the thing of setting money aside every single year for just miscellaneous lawsuits, payouts, stuff like that. This struck me as just incredibly insane, just because I can't even fathom the amount that they're talking about. Citigroup, Citibank, sets aside $2.7 billion for legal cost for fourth quarter. Fourth quarter.
So 3 months. That
2.7 billion with a B.
Billion with the B.
So if you look at it that way, they're spending upwards billion dollars a year for legal fees and
payouts and
holy fucking shit. Now I know why all their insurance, or not insurance, but their credit cards are like 24.9% APR.
yeah.
If they've got to be setting aside that much money. But one thing that I wanted to just say is, when the fuck are people going to wake up and actually elect people that are going to do the right shit and make these fucks accountable for stuff? Because you got to be thinking, especially something like a bank.
Yeah.
The only reason that they're setting this amount aside is because of all the legal fees that they're going to have with fines and all this shit. Because they crunch the fucking numbers down to the last cent that happens 100 years from now. So they look at it and they go, oh, shit, if we make $150 and pay a $100 fine, following the leader here, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
why the hell would we not do it?
Yeah, it's cost-benefit ratio.
And
Analysis.
that's literally how they're doing the kind of shit now, is they're just paying the fine and getting on with the profit. So, in essence, they're basically just saying, fuck you, to the rules that you've put in
But
place.
they've been given that ability, because...
That's what I'm saying, though. Why don't the people wake up and actually get somebody that makes them accountable for it?
Yeah.
So when you go in there, what it happens is, all right, well, the first fine's $100. Second fine's $200. Third fine's $400. Fourth fine's $800. You want to keep going with this? Because every time you get fined this year, it's going to double.
Yeah.
Next year we can start over again.
Yeah, don't let them budget it.
Nope.
You know, that's the problem with the too big to fail, too big to jail bullshit.
Mm-hmm. They actually say it, though. They said that the firm is setting aside $2.7 billion for legal costs in the fourth quarter. That... Whew.
See, like, exactly like this, Citibank's...
That's just in the U.S.,
Yeah.
too. That's not in the other countries that they actually have their roots in, too. So you got to think of it that they're doing the same thing in England and
Yep. France
France and Germany.
And it's just like, why don't the regulators in this country have common sense and just say, you as a corporation, you serve no good for the country or the public as a whole. We absolve you. Because that was the whole reason you could become a fucking corporation in the beginning, was you had to show how this was going to benefit society and the country as a whole, and then you had a limited corporation.
Yeah, then you had to actually reapply for
Yeah.
it later.
And that's the problem with that bullshit, is it's like, oh, we live in a free market system. Bullshit, if we lived in a free market capitalistic system, Citibank wouldn't exist. GM wouldn't exist.
And that's the other dumb fucking thing that people don't actually think about with our country, is we don't live in a democracy either. Otherwise, we would vote on every single issue.
Exactly. But it's just... Because even the one thing that, you know, people can all seem to agree on is, we live in a free market system. We live in a really messed up socialist, fascist system,
Yes.
where we are socialist, except for there's a middleman taking all the benefits from all of the, you know, taxes and all of the money paid forth by the taxpayer to prop this fucking illusion up we call America. And instead of reaping any of the rewards, we have private corporations who reap the benefits but
Yeah.
pay none of the costs.
The one thing I would love to do, and this is if I was one of those uber rich fucks like Bill Gates, where you'd just be like, I could never spend this amount of money unless I bought a nuclear submarine arsenal or something. But I would look at it in this way. I would hire a team of fucking lawyers to go out and they'd talk to all these mom and pop shops that have been completely decimated by Walmart and start a campaign saying, well, if you want to look at it in one way, the whole constitutional essence is that we all have our pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's your constitutional right. That's your right as an American.
No, that's your inalienable right.
Yes.
As a human being.
But we can't say that if you're beyond our borders. What I'm trying to say is that is actually in the Constitution.
If
that
you're black, no.
That each man should have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
If you're sitting on our oil, no.
Exactly. Then you get the fuck off. Or if you were on our land before we got here.
Yep.
Because we claimed dibs.
Yeah. From
I'm
over there.
I'm not kidding you, man. We claimed dibs. You didn't hear that?
Yep. And it was
We'll
one of
get
those,
to where we don't want.
we have the very liberal rule where you can call dibs when you're still inside the store.
Yeah, exactly.
Shotgun!
Oh, those sons of bitches, I hated them. I hated them so bad when they'd call shotgun and be like, we're not even off the couch. But, yeah, I just... where was I going with this?
Where was I? Just popped open another beer.
Oh, no, okay, I got you. So, you know, I would actually pay for a team of lawyers to go and get all these mom and pop shops and actually do a fucking mass suing on Walmart.
I thought you were going to say suicide in front of Walmart.
Wow, that would be crazy. I would need a team of lawyers. for
Hashtag
that.
we can't breathe.
Yeah, I would
Choking
need a team of
themselves
lawyers.
to kill themselves in
No,
front of...
to fucking protect myself after that. That fucking guy in Canada got a shitload of stuff for just assisted suicides online.
Exactly.
But
suing Walmart.
Yeah,
with all
suing
the mom and pop
Walmart.
shops, sorry.
basically saying you violated my constitutional right. You opened stores that made no profit
Yeah.
just for the fact to knock me out so that you would get my customers. So you impeded on my pursuit of happiness, my life, as well as my constitutional right of being able to serve the community around me. If you would have done it where you were making money at that store, I could understand it. But you literally did it just to get me out, which is impeding my constitutional rights.
Yeah.
If you got enough people together, especially, you brought a suit against Walmart and said that the 50,000 people that owned mom and pop shops across the country, you would get some recognition.
Fucking right you would.
You would have some of these idiots actually listen.
And a lawyer would take that on, just for the publicity alone.
Yeah. And I can't believe it hasn't happened yet. Because how is there not some sort of a loophole where you can at least argue that in court?
Yeah.
That you took away my life, my liberty, and my pursuit of happiness because of the fact my whole life and my pursuit of happiness was doing what I wanted to do, which was own a local mom and pop shop. You came in, put up your giant Walmart right next to me, and made a loss on it just to get me out of business.
Yeah, because you had other stores that were making profits so you could absorb a loss. I have one store, you fucking cunts. What the fuck? You can't compete.
Yeah.
And there's almost a precedent for it in the past with how Minnesota and Wisconsin couldn't export dairy to each other.
Yeah.
Like if, I remember my dad telling me stories that they couldn't get margarine when they were kids because that was something straight out of fucking Wisconsin and shit like that. And you had to bootleg that shit across the border. So there's a precedence to it. There's I'm the old part, school part of me, kind of almost wants to go back to that where, no, everything that you produce in your state is what your state fucking gets. You have, everything you need self-contained. I think that's the way I'd want to be. We need sovereignty as a nation and then as a state. And then even as a municipality, you need a sovereignty from the top to the bottom, but it's all becoming more and more congealed and federalized and and all of a sudden we're going to be a fucking one world government, for fuck's sake. And I'm sorry, but that's what the issue California is having. You have one dude in Sacramento governing a fourth of the entire country, essentially. One guy.
In population, yeah.
Yeah, and almost in geographical content too. But it's like, you can't. I agree with the people that are trying to propose they bust California into 3 different states. It makes sense based on their population. Because there's no way one state can support that many fucking people.
Yeah.
It's just, it can't, they're showing it. It can't fucking happen. And it's unconstitutional for them to run at a loss as a state.
Yeah.
So they have to almost break up.
I don't like the idea of Hollywood just being its own bullshit, though. Like, that is just really so you want the elite to just stay elite.
Yeah, well, yeah, because what state that's going to be, grizzled-ass state, is going to be fucking where they cut it off a little bit north of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And then it goes all the way down to San Diego, so you're going to get the
where the per capita is $80 million a year.
You're going fucking Hollywood elite down to the San Diego snobs. That's a state I want to fucking move to.
Silicon Valley.
And what's that wasteland in the middle gonna fucking be? That's gonna be like the Mississippi of the West. The fucking Inland Empire and all that. That's because Silicon Valley with San Fran and then the smaller, the Southern California one, they're gonna thrive.
Yeah.
That's that wasteland in between of nothing. Fuck, there's nothing there. It's practically Wyoming.
I just can't believe people like to live in a place like that. To me, it just blows my mind that they have they call it a river, but the whole thing is surrounded by concrete. They actually made a concrete river.
Yep.
What the fuck? That is so fucked up. A river, you call it. Where I'm from, if it's surrounded by concrete like that, it's a drainage.
It's a ditch.
Yeah.
It's sewage, bitch.
But a river. It's literally a river.
Yep.
And it's surrounded by concrete.
Oh, I bet you people got annoyed with me that worked with me every time we would, cross
over, fucking river.
Yeah, cross over the LA River. I'd be like, "Are you kidding me? I grew up on the Mississippi. I grew up swimming in the Mississippi every summer, every day. Yep. That's a motherfucking river."
Yeah. Yeah, fucking concrete. River. That's insane to me. It blows my fucking mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's what they do. I don't know how you could stand it for as long as you did. I couldn't be around all those people. Like the time that I was in New York, oh my god, I was starting to go crazy at the end of it.
LA's a little different because New York, you're not in a car. You're just surrounded by them, you know, bumping into you and just interacting and having those crazy fuckers just saying random shit like...
The dude pissing on a building.
Yeah, just... Well, I mean, in LA, I saw a Mexican shitting behind a dumpster. But
well, what were you doing behind his dumpster?
Because I was a cigarette smoker back then, sir, and you had to go to the second-class citizen lounge.
Well, he was using his bathroom, and you happened to walk in on him. Sorry, I can't afford a door. Don't be making it his fault.
God damn it, you don't shit in public like that.
Why not? If that's where you live.
Well, I don't... That just shit ain't right, man. I can understand in an emergency.
You think they all carry, like, coffee cans around or something like that? And be like, oh, excuse me.
Well, if that's your lifestyle, you better fucking adjust.
Screw that. If I'm a guy, I'm pissing where my dick hangs, and I'm shitting wherever the urge comes. If I'm homeless, what shame do you have at that point?
But from a Midwest kid going into that, you're like, what the fuck, man? But in their defense, I found it weird that you would need tokens
to shit on the...
Yeah. You'd get tokens when you shout, like, bling, bling,
yep,
bling.
exactly.
No, but you'd have to, like...
paying for it.
You couldn't use a fucking restroom anywhere. You'd have to always go up to somebody and be like, hey, can I get a token to go to the bathroom? And then they'd give you, like, a token, you'd put it in the door, crank it, open it up.
You paid for it?
No.
Oh.
If you were a paying customer, they just gave it to you.
Okay.
Or, they got like a passcode that they would give you or a key. It was everywhere. There was not
into the bathroom.
Yeah, there was not an unlocked bathroom anywhere in the
I
entire...
hate that.
Yeah.
What are people doing in those bathrooms? Maybe I don't want to know the answer to that, or I'll never use a bathroom again.
Exactly. Well, with that many homeless people... Granted, a lot of them just use it to shit, but there's a lot of them banging up heroin and, like, passing out and ODing in there. You don't want that shit, that liability. Bunch of savages live out there. So, but that was what pissed me off.
I know about savages now.
I know, goddammit. Bunch of goombas, man.
Yeah, I never even thought of that, but I suppose you'd get just every sort of people that would just...
It was the weirdest... It was the weirdest experience because and then there was no mirrors in any bathroom because they'd always get vandalized or broke, so they're just like, fuck it, we're not even gonna have mirrors.
Did they have the shiny piece of metal?
Some of them did, most of them didn't.
Oh, I think that's hilarious.
It didn't matter because it was all scratched the fuck up anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just like
people are fucking animals.
It just everywhere. That's just. That's what I love about Minnesota. You can just walk into a place and walk right the fuck in their bathroom, and nobody gives a fuck.
It depends on where you are.
Well, St. Cloud, where we live, you can go anywhere.
A lot of the places that we go down in the city is the same way. Graffitied and scratched all over, and yeah, they do the same shit. And there's quite a few places that lock their bathroom down there, too.
Oh, yeah, because there's some sketchy-ass places where you can't even walk into the convenience store. You got to go through the bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get a bag of fiery hot fucking Cheetos?
Yeah.
And a bottle of OA?
Yeah, they got some of that shit. One of the places that we were at, it wasn't a big chain gas station.
It's like a little bodega.
Yeah. Can't remember exactly what it was called, but I think it was Easy Stop or Easy Gas or something like that. But I mean,
Quick gas, yay!
Yeah, they had pieces in their display case with grinders and all that kind of stuff, and it was just a weird feeling of being in there because when I walked into the bathroom, I still remember just going, "Oh, this is that kind of place that like tapes you in the toilet and shit." You know, like,
So you started fucking whipping around helicopter.
oh, I fire hosed the shit out of that place. Woohoo! Can't get a hold of it.
Yep. I'll start pissing on the fucking roll of toilet paper. Most dickhead move to do.
Yep, exactly. Because you know you don't notice that until you. Oh, that feels good. Yeah. Why is this soggy?
Why is this wrinklier than my balls?
Oh, that's just... You're a real douche if you do that. I'm just saying, you are the biggest. You are the worst type. There's a separate layer of hell just reserved for douches that piss on the toilet paper. Douche. That's... Yeah. You're lower than a human. Can you tell I've had it happen to me once or twice before?
You have?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That makes it even better.
Yeah.
What do you do? Paper towel it? If they have paper towels, or you just tear out that giant roll of like one continuous paper towel?
You're probably not going to want to know this, but
Sock?
I actually was going to use a paper towel, and it was so rough that it hurt so bad.
You should have just like
So
rubbed it up.
I Middle Easterned it.
You did nothing?
Oh, no. Why do you think they never touch a left hand? Then I washed the shit out of my hand.
How? But how do you didn't get your butt clean? Because how do you get your butt clean with your hand?
I just tried to make sure I had no obstruction.
That's insane.
I know, it was not a pretty thing. I'm just telling you.
Well,
and then I stopped at the next gas station I saw, and then I finished the job.
Smart, at least you.
When you gotta get it, like I was just going, oh shit, really? Oh shit,
Dude, how do you prepare yourself for that? You're just like, whew. All right,
you know what? I've been a cook for how many times? I've done a lot of real shit jobs. So
Pun intended.
Yeah, I look at it and I just go, this is just another one of those things that I put my hand into that I really don't want to. I mean, I've had nephews. I got a niece. There's been things... I got a wife that puked on me a couple of times. There's been things my hands have been in that I've not wanted them in, but they've been in them. They've been in them deep. Yeah. Let your mind go wild with that one.
Well, I really can't judge. Because I remember one time when I was super wasted with a chick, she told me to finger her asshole, and I did.
Oh, you sick son of a bitch.
Yeah, and then she's like, fuck me, and I fucked her in the asshole. I do that when I get drunk, apparently.
You should get a shirt that says that. Warning. When owner gets drunk, you're gonna get fucked in the asshole. And then on the bag, just have figuratively and literally. Oh, that would be just... I don't know, that would be awesome. It would be a very limited market where you could wear the shirt to.
Yes.
But that would be an awesome fucking... Oh, I already told you that my name on the radio thing is Smell My Finger Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
That's great. Have you got a shout-out yet?
Yes.
No way.
Yes, I actually got a shout-out.
Because they're like, that's a grizzled
they
name?
loved it.
They're like, that name is awesome. Smell my finger, Jesus.
Yep, checking in.
That is too funny.
I know.
Oh, you're a celebrity.
It just makes you beg the question, it's Jesus, do you do it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, you have to, but there's that hesitation where you're like, is this a good or a bad one? And if it's a good one, do I really want to do it? Because then I'm going to be like, ah,
Yeah.
but she's with Jesus.
Yeah. I'd be like, this better smell like frankincense.
It's myrrh.
Damn it. Always myrrh.
Always with the myrrh. You keep the gold, don't you, dick?
That's why I wanted the Wiseman.
Yup. You take all my frankincense, never give anything but the myrrh.
Nothing but the myrrh.
Damn myrrh.
Oh, I should give you your Christmas present before you leave.
Oh, you son of a bitch. It's not even Christmas.
Oh, do you want to wait?
Oh, yeah. I don't have yours.
Oh, whatever.
It's not Christmas.
Or should we, next week, we could do it on the podcast. We could unwrap each other's gifts.
Dude, this
It's kind of gay.
Yeah, this isn't a gay thing. You're talking about,
Yay!
like, your face right there was, like,
It was filled with Christmas joy.
the kind that you see the really dirty porn where, like, two guys are in the same hole, and when they look at each other, and they go,
You're a goddamn scoundrel. I didn't want to use
I
savage
calls him
again.
as a season.
I calls him as a season. Ball.
No, I said your balls touch my ball. Oh my god, I think that might be the closer right there.
Fucking come the revolution.
Oh my god. Don't look at me!